You want to destroy, let's say you had to leave town, and you saw chametz, and you had to destroy it. And you don't want to leave it around, because if you're going to leave it around, we know who's going to get to it. Your friendly chulda. A chulda is not a, what is a chulda?
Weasel?
A weasel. I don't know why he calls it the weasel, the Ramah, but he's worried about the weasel. He's not so worried about the mice. I guess he had Shaila's picture there, so there was no problem with the mice. Because of B'chok Yaakov, she was marik. Because of Zal Shana Filach Mikayim Mitzvah Tashbisu Bizmani Kimish B'Shas Abiyah in Lechometz B'Tech Beisay Afilu Bir Shloshim Yom Koyin LePesach Hakal L'Shayna. He says that if you have nothing else in the house, will you Mikayim the mitzvah of Tashbisu So'omi B'Teichem by doing so? Because at the end of the day, when it came to Erev Pesach, you had nothing to burn. So he says you are Mikayim. וכן כוסף משנה ברורה ואפילו מסקיים מצווה תשביסו בזמן שמשלושים יום ואל כהן הפסח חל of חויבס ביה. There's an obligation to destroy. ובשעת ציין לדברי המעריק הנ"ל והיינו לפי דעת המעריק, according to המעריק, כל שעושה מעשה שעל ידי החומץ מושבס ומבוים משוסים ושגיע שעשה ביה. Anybody who does an action that by doing this action you create that all your chametz is destroyed at the time when it's supposed to be destroyed, even if you did it a little bit earlier, a couple days earlier, a week earlier, 3 weeks earlier, it's still mekayim bei mitzvahs tashbisu kishiz egiz man abiyah. You fulfill the obligation of destroying, even though you don't have anything to burn when you have to burn it. And Rav Shmuel says, the kipshut tehem soiv the mitzvah tashbisu hu b'sar tom rishi came and fush mediva arik. It's not such a simple thing, but that's what he holds. And now he says, so mitzvah tashbisu hu b'sheval taisa, meaning even though you don't do anything on the day, but it's considered a mitzvah. If you cause, and you're just sitting around on Erev Pesach, well this year it's Erev Shabbos, when you burn it, it's considered that you did it. However, Rav Shmuel adds, the Ladas HaSoiv in the mitzvah tashbisu b'kum v'aseh, Yishlem Shem Kayim mitzvah tashbisu miyad kol it's still considered, because every day that you destroy in the 30 days is considered that a kum v'aseh, you're doing it. According to that type of logic, you can say, you eat any chametz 30 days prior to Pesach, mekayim mitzvah zuyu, mekayim the mitzvah of tashbisu, of destroying chametz. That's why it's called beer. I know everybody was singing Shoshanas Yaakov, beer oisam yachad, but it's beer chametz, because beer is chametz, so you have to get it destroyed. U'k'may shekosav sheyoytz midei mitzvah tashbisu gama yidei masha oichel chametz, that you became the mitzvah. That this is considered a positive command. The Rosh disagrees, meaning it's not universally held, but at the end of the day, there's a mitzvah of destroying. How far it goes, we don't know, but you should destroy. Therefore, even if, let's say, there are those that hold you got to do it then, even let's say you did the bedika on the night before, let's say this year it's Thursday night, you do the mitzvah, you have your little package. If you can get it to a place, let's say you're leaving town right afterwards, or even if you did a couple days earlier, you have it, if you can get it to a place where they have a burning, do it that way. So for sure you're going to be mekayim the mitzvah of tashbisu according to all shitas. Okay, at the end of the day, there's 30 days time that we go ahead and we say that you go ahead and you mekayim the mitzvah of tashbisu. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, let's learn a little bit now about the next step. Baking matzah.
Are we doing a uni this year or
What?
Are we getting a uni oven?
A new what?
Gas oven.
A new, absolutely, yeah.
Wait, yeah?
We'll talk about it right after Pesach. Like every year. It's a mitzvah to talk about it. His askis ba'afiyas matzahs, you have a mitzvah. To be involved in the baking of matzahs, is that a mitzvah? We know you got to eat matzah. On the night of the Seder, you get your nice little box of matzahs. They look whole. Make sure they don't break. And you're good to go. But what about those that actually do the baking and they create the matzah? Is there a mitzvah in creating the matzah? Roy l'chol adam li'tapel boy be'atzbim mitzvahiyas matzah. Every person should at least be involved in the baking of matzah. V'saskis ba'afiyas matzah hu mitzvah kishala atzma. It's a mitzvah unto itself. Diksiv, because it says in the Torah, ushmartem es hamatzos. You should observe and be careful with the matzahs. It's not like in order to be able to eat the mitzvah of matzah, you go ahead and bake the matzah. It's like a hechsher mitzvah. For example, what's called a hechsher mitzvah? The universal rule of hechsher mitzvah is, let's say, you're on by Pesach. You have to have a knife in order to shech the carbon Pesach. So the hechsher mitzvah is to bring, let's say it comes out on Shabbos Erev Pesach like this year. The mitzvah is to get the knife to the base Hamikdash. Or if a young child has to be moiled or circumcised, so there's a hechsher mitzvah. What's the hechsher mitzvah? That you go ahead and make sure the knife is there. So that's a hechsher mitzvah. Were you called bringing the knife the mitzvah itself? No. Over here, there's a statement now that actual baking of the matzah is a mitzvah unto itself. Now, he brings that over here. Emet Hashem. Kan kitzanu ve'evanu rakdina ma'achod n'bilchas afiyas matzahs. I'm going to give you a couple of different halachas. Hilchos Pesach, Rabbi Paroisov. There are many different parts to it. And you need a special chibur book to be able to give each item and to explain it. From Rav Shmuel He brings down over here, I haven't seen it yet, hasn't come out yet, I don't think, that there's going to be a special edition for the concept of Afiyas Matzah. But over here, what are we making a statement? We're making a statement that for matzahs, it's a mitzvah to bake the matzah in itself. Torsim and Tofran Gimel Kosav Hariv Shetzarach Lishma Chitim Sheyotzim Yidei Matzah Mishas Kasira. That from the time you have to be careful about the wheat after you go ahead and cut them, Shlo Yavor Alei Mayim. That no water should come on it. And a rush cause of shein sarachal mishastchin, only from the time that you grind it into flour. Of course, you do it from the time of harvesting. Even if he didn't do that, but he bought from the he bought the flour, the wheat from the market. V'sham l'shem mitzvah yotzi dei chavosei. V'ayisham shemas galponim gam shimon delishim mahani. Even just watching it from the time that you begin the kneading. Only l'chatchila do you need to watch over it prior to kneading. By levush, the chayvis shmira halos asmuchu akrod v'shematim es hamatzos. This is all from the pasuk that you should be careful about the matzahs. By nor chashulchin shech moed bezeh, by siman tov samach, shetzach shimur belisha v'afi. You have to be careful about the kneading and the baking. By tur, diksiv v'shematim es hamatzos v'shuv kosav arosh. Hoye mishtadel b'matzahs mitzvah v'oimed l'asiyosam. That the matzahs that you use for the mitzvah, what are the matzahs mitzvah? The ones that you use for Seder night. Not the little one, the big one too. The middle one, all of them, all three. No, it's not only the middle one. All of them is considered matzahs mitzvah because you use it for the mitzvah of the yoy. You have to eat that kezayis matzah when you go ahead and you say a bracha. Hamoitzi lechem in haaretz, and then you go ahead and say Asher chiddushim v'mitzvos v'tzivanu al achilas matzah. That's not only the middle one; that's the top one too. And then afterwards, you have the mitzvah of kairach. All of these are mitzvahs. Umezaris ha'oiskim behem mesayeh ba'arivos v'chein roy l'chol odom lasses litopel u'batz b'mitzvah. You should be careful to do it on its own, the mitzvah. V'mogen Avram sha'atam sha'ros ha'yis ba'asim mishon the mitzvah ba'yoyis b'shluchai. That it's better to do it on your own accord in a shliach. That it's according to all of these ways of understanding. It doesn't say anywhere that you have to be careful to bring the knife of the milah there. Whatever. It's a hechsher mitzvah. Or let's say hechsher mitzvah. That doesn't say you have to get the lulav. It's your obligation to bring the lulav to shul with the esrik. Of course, that's how you do the mitzvah afterwards. But that it doesn't say. And it's not, the einik is stam hechsher mitzvah. This is not a hechsher mitzvah. And that's what we have to understand, know. Now he says, Umitam zeh, an interesting note to be Yehuda. Mardur Tinyana, Sha'al Shachuvas. Nearly gam ken loy tiknu bracha shmiyas hamatzah af shehi mitzvah asay shmatim osar matzahs. You have to be careful on it. That we have to understand why you make a bracha. If this is a mitzvah, you should make a bracha. Ubefrat l'risham mishu mitzvah mishas ksira. V'lam loy mervachim na'asher kiddushim mitzvah yisrael al shmiyas matzahs. Brand new bracha we should do. Al l'shach bracha. When this comes, it's not shaykh bracha. Just like you don't make a bracha on matanos l'vyonim. Why? The shemet tachmitz k'moshe kosev. We just like we say you don't make a bracha on different types of flows that you have. Man has a flow, so he has to go ahead and be careful on that it's clean. Because maybe it won't work out. The only reason why you don't make a bracha is because it's impossible to make a bracha if we don't know if you fulfill the mitzvah. But otherwise you will be mechuyev in a bracha. Just like you're going to give matos lav yoyim, you should say Asher kiddushim v'tzvayis v'tzivana al matanos lav yoyim. You don't do that because maybe the Ani won't accept it. In the same vein, you can't make a bracha on the creation of matzah because maybe the matzah won't be created because you made a mistake. We'll continue tomorrow about the halachos of baking of the matzah. Chananya ben Kosher mizbachu l'zakas Yisrael l'fika chayv l'avtar mitzvahs shenema Adonai Kovetz l'mantzitko yag d'ltoyde v'yadir.